Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kaiserredux. We're playing as Azerbaijan. We're now the Social Democrats. We're revisionist Marxist, which means we're, Social Democrats and not communists, or syndicalists, or revolutionary socialists of any kind. We will do justice for the Kendli. The Kendli, the Azerbaijani peasant, remains the soul of our nation. Humet's new land tax reforms will guarantee fair access to arable land, rural tax cooperatives, protection against exploitation by middlemen and landlords. The question is, did we keep the bonuses from the Musavist Republic? I think we do, yeah, because it's just giving us daily market liberal support. Which right now is a bad thing, not a good thing. But also, it means we keep the progress that we kept, because, that party was in power. They did sort of stamp Azerbaijan with the identity of their politics. I'm gonna declare an end to further. Oh, funny that I said it. It has now been removed. I don't remember what it did. Oh, okay, so it's just like more stability. Whatever. Not exactly huge. The situation at the front line is not necessarily one. Like, we don't have the oomph that we want to punch through at like a narrow front. I've retaken Petrograd, it's so silly. More artillery! I'd like to take this tile now. Thank you. Alright. And we'll take this tile as well. We'll try to break through. It's not really working. Maybe. Oh, it did work. Look at that. Alright, more support equipment. Now we can just ignore everything to the north. You guys should totally be joining the battle right now. Hey, man. Wow, they had the opportunity to take to Smolensk and they didn't do it. Hey! Alright. Well, we did take Vitebsk. Vitebsk. Anyways. Take that. And then if we take Orsha, that'd be nice. Nice, nice, nice. We could just, like, move forces out of this little position. Taking Orsha will be nice. Alright, because it will let us do this. But what we probably want to do is bypass Smolensk to the north. Yeah, actually I think that's like the more coherent play, is if we bypass Smolensk to the north and like try to grab that tile particularly. And time is of the essence, as it usually is. They've retaken Petrograd and are going to push towards Reval, probably, because no one's stopping them. How are things going out west? Honestly, pretty stable. We retook Strasbourg. Haven't lost Dusseldorf. I don't know if we ever did. We're gradually losing all of the Flanders territory that we have, but, like, not exactly the end of the world. Okay, come on. Alright, we probably want to wait one more day. Alright. Launch the attack. We probably want to rally public support as soon as we can. Anyways. We should have gotten, instead of German advice, we should have gotten Ukrainian advice, which gives us a bonus with, cavalry. Alright. Alright. Cav blitzes, turns out, are pretty strong. Are our friends uncapitulated yet? No, White Ruthenia is not yet uncapitulated. It will be after we're done here. Hey, less supply use for support artillery. That's not a game changer, but it's nice. I've been considering how artillery works in this game, and I feel like they went the exact opposite way of the way they should. Like, right now, artillery takes up a lot of combat width. And if you think about what combat width is supposed to represent, that doesn't make sense. Like, combat width is the ability to dedicate force to a single point in the battlefield. Like, you know, basically how many guys can attack one place at once. And artillery is really good at that. But it's like, well, then what should it be bad at? Well, artillery requires a lot of supply, effectively. Like, you know, what that really means is, like, you need to physically supply a lot of shells, and that's kind of difficult to do. And, like, that's, you know, if shells were a resource, that would be, like, that's, like, way too in-depth for this game. A game that is fundamentally about alt history, World War II nonsense. But we already do have a mechanic that is meant to sort of genericize and represent all that stuff. And it's supply. So it's like artillery should have low combat width, but high demands on supply. Because you need to, for artillery to be useful, you need to, okay? For artillery to be useful, you need to be, you know, constantly firing it. Like, it doesn't have much impact in the battlefield unless you are doing that. Alright, we want to take that tile because it will make supply situation a lot easier. Alright. We're going to empower the HIS. Founded in 1920 on the initiative of Javad Malik Yegrekov of the Left Musavat, the Azerbaijan Hemkalar Itifak Yar Swasi, the HIS has become the heartbeat of the nation's labor movement. The Humet government now grants council new powers to represent workers in industry and agriculture alike, ensuring that collective bargaining and fair conditions form the pillar of our social democracy. Okay. Seems useful. Easily taking that tile. That seems useful. Taking this tile is maybe even more useful. So let's just do this. Woohoo. Let's just do that. Nice. Look at that. Pocket in a pocket. We are cool at this game. More artillery! I really need to put a use to that artillery. Or put that artillery to use. Anyways. Alright, wonderful. Let's concentrate on this Rasavel pocket. And then we can concentrate on the other pockets. And then we can get them down to 1 tile. And then we can get them down to 0 tiles. Nice. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Or easy peasy Russian squeezy. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, they're taking back all the land in the north that we took. That's so annoying. Though we are continually penetrating east and north, so I don't know how much that matters. I think that it might be over for them. I think we might have achieved victory. Alright, now time for the Khrushchev pocket. And then I guess we have this random pocket down here. Okay, more sport equipment. I'll take it. I don't know why it's complaining about logistics fulfillment. That's strange to me. Yeah, everything is on trucks, as it should be. That seems to be working just fine. Alright. We're gonna wait to be in position. No reason to get aggressive if we don't need to. Alright, close enough. And then we can just crush the remaining opposition with ease. Hopefully with ease. Oh, mountain infantry have more heart attack and more piercing. That is, you know, probably situationally useful. Italy. There we go. Lowlands, what does that mean? Who knows? And who cares? Oh. Well, whatever. We're gonna finish pocketing these guys. Doogie Howzeroo. Alright. There we go, we did it. And now we get to bounce these nerds from location to location easily, easily, squeezily. No problemo. All right. Yay, we did it. Let's kill these guys. Okay. Do we want to do anything? Yeah. This is replacing breakthrough with logistics. Yeah, I think logistics is still more important than breakthrough. I feel like that's something that is obvious if you know more about the game than I do, but I don't actually know that much about Hearts of Iron 4 when you get right down to it. Alright. smurf these guys right now. Have we taken that many more casualties? We've taken a lot, apparently. Don't know if we'll be able to afford much of another war. Alright, Eid Mubarak. Alright. Okay. We have now... We're in a good position. We're winning this war. Things are developing in our favor. Do we want to try to, like, take Petrograd again? Or, like... I don't know. I think we try to still push on the places where we're weak. So maybe from Tver. Maybe into Rezev, Tver, this sort of area. And then we just strike north. I think that's I think that's our play. As nice as it would be to, like, stop these guys from doing this, attacking into big mobs of guys is, I think, a bad idea. How are the Russians doing? How close are they to... They're not that close. We have killed 500,000 of their guys. Which is, like, approaching a respectable KD. We're not there yet, but, like... It's approaching respectable. Okay. That's gonna have to be the best that we have to do. Go here. You go here. You go there. Once we achieve breakthrough here. You go there, and then you go there. All right. Okay. You go here. You go here. You go here. You go there. You go here. You just go. Empower the HIS. A progressive nation. Humet stands for both democracy and progress. Civic institutions, social welfare programs, and open participation in government will ensure that Azerbaijan becomes a modern, equitable society, proud, free, and unified. Zoom. Come on. Okay. You go here. You go here. You go here. You go here. We still have not taken Rezev, which is quite funny, actually. Kinda need to take that for our plan to work. Otherwise, it sort of goes all screwy. No, you go here. Go here. Go there. Okay. Alright, we have taken Rezev. I don't think I need... I think I can just afford to do that now. That was kind of a messy attack. This is also very messy. Alright, I'm aiming for this sort of Volkov Tikvin line. And then I can just sweep west towards Petrograd. Hopefully I can take the city without too much additional fighting. And then, you know, and then the guys out west are kind of hosed. It's like pretty difficult to attack there. Alright, we're gonna briefly pause as we sort of catch our breath. Reposition our guys. Alright. Now we can attack. If we take that tile, it would be good. We would be successful. Alright. We're getting there. It's never gonna work. Well, never is a strong word, but yeah. Alright. Again, we do not have infinite fighting power. Yeah, we're crushing this little mini pocket. Just to our advantage. Oh, nice. Apparently our guys we have enough piercing to reach through their enemy armor. Which, like, means that our piercing is doing something. Alright, what is our next target? Almost certainly this tile. Positioning my stuff here is irrelevant. We don't need to bother with that. Alright, we're slowly building up force. And then... bam. Hey, we have tactic overrolling firing. We have more coordination. Additionally, engineering companies have more soft attack, more hard attack, and more organization. That's good. More organization on support divisions is particularly nice. Alright. Great. Have fun, guys. You folks just really knock yourselves out here. I should not have my entire army in a single tile. That is dumb, dumb, dumb. But... something that looks like a big old breakthrough. Has value, I think. You don't need to keep pushing there. Do not reinforce failure. Do not push more than you need to. Moving here is good. Moving down here might actually be ideal. We're very close to capturing Tikvin. We can select a new faction goal. We expanded civilian industry. We should liberate our territory. I don't know if we control... oh, over here. That's fine. We should be able to do that. You must immediately halt your attack. Okay. We are pretty close to achieving my goal, though. I don't like the supply situation. Where's the rail lines? Okay, we need to take this supply depot. Really kind of foolish that we haven't. Alright. Looks like our cavalry should be able to do that. And then we can take this tile. And we can, like, re-secure our rail route. Meanwhile, as we're sort of getting pushed in Tikvin, we can, like, fall back. You can move there. Controlling this is nice. Grabbing control of this is nice. Supply is very important. Yeah, it's good that we control that supply hub. We just need to control this rail link. And then we should be able to... yeah, that's a fix. Then the supply problem becomes a fixable one. Alright. At which point we should consider. Now we're kind of going to take a pause. In fact, we are going to declare an end to this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.